Okay, the next part of our setup is going to be identifying and plugging in all the different power cords. Now, the first cord that we're going to talk about is actually coming from your ballast, which is an electronic transformer that changes the power going to your light bulb to a usable form that it gets from the wall. Now, if all the cords that we have are actually labeled, you can see that on one end of the cord it says cool tube cord. That means that this cord is going to the light bulb. On the other side it says ballast cord, which you want to actually plug into a light timer, which we'll talk about in a different section so we can show you how to easily turn it on and off. But that basically plugs into a timer that goes into a 3-prong to 2-prong adapter, and that plugs into a 2-prong power cord, which is marked as your thermal switch. Your thermal switch female end. Now, the way that works is your thermal switch actually is inside the cabinet, pre-installed. There's a male end from it that gets plugged into your power strip. You can see thermal switch male end. And what happens is power comes from the power strip, goes through the power strip or through the thermal switch that's inside the cabinet. And if your cabinet gets above 105 Fahrenheit, it turns the power off. A circuit that's normally closed turns the power off to this cord. And because the ballast is plugged into this cord through the timer, it ultimately turns power off to your heat source, which is your ballast and your light bulb. Okay, so that's just a safety feature that comes with the cabinet to ensure that you don't have any kind of problem. Now, in addition to that, there's also another side to that cord, which we have a fan and a water pump plugged into. The reason being, if for some reason your thermal switch cuts off, your air pump is just a tertiary means of oxygenating your water, and it won't have any effect on your plant production or your plant's ability to live. Now, the next fan that we're going to take a look at, as we're pulling out here, is your duct fan power cord. Now, the way that power cord works is it more or less just takes the power from the 6-inch duct fan in the top of the cabinet and just plugs directly in your power strip. Now, the next one that we're going to take a look at is your bathroom fan exhaust power cord. Now, that cord actually is the one that connects to your carbon filter. Now, all these cords can stay plugged in all the time. There's no reason to have them on a timer. The next cord that we'll take a look at is your water pump, which we actually just ran through earlier, and that just plugs straight into your power strip. Now, earlier in the section we had also talked about the fans and their power cords, which actually run right along and plug right into the power strip yet again. So we have a fan on this side, a fan on the other side, and then the duct fan and your carbon filter fan. So in total we have 1, 2, 3, 4 fans, all of which plug into the power strip. Now, at the very end we have the AC adapter that supplied the power to your fogger and fogger flow unit, and that we want at the end because it's a large AC adapter, and that way you have room. So now everything is plugged into your power strip, and everything is marked in case you have any questions concerning the wires, and that is it for the wiring section.